Hi, welcome back. Let's continue with this same problem. I've included the solutions under the cash and accrual basis columns so we can sort of follow along as we go through each of the examples. Receive $300 cash for catering services. Let's talk cash first. Under cash, our question is only, did cash come in or did cash go out? Yes, cash came in the amount of $300. When we jump to accrual, our only question is, did we provide the services or incur an expense? Well, this is an example relating to revenue. We can assume that we already provided these catering services. So we're going to capture the $300 in revenue in the same period. In this situation, the cash receipt and the earning of the revenue happened in the same period. Therefore, the timing is the same. There is no difference between cash and accrual. Our amounts will be the same. Let's look at the next problem where there is a timing difference. So now we catered a lunch and we submitted an invoice. So we provided the service, but we expect that the customer will pay us next month. So again, under our cash basis of accounting, there is no cash inflow. We recognize $0 in revenue. But under our accrual basis of accounting, we catered that lunch. The work was done. That's all that's needed to recognize revenue under the accrual basis of accounting. You provided the service and you expect payment to be made. So you can pick up that $1,200 in revenue. Let's look at a similar timing difference, except now we're discussing expenses. So you received a $200 utility bill, but you will pay it next month. So for this month, did any cash leave your pocket? No. So you're not going to capture the expense. However, under our accrual method, $200 utility bill means you incurred $200 in expenses. It was measured by a utility company. They sent you the bill. Those expenses were incurred. So regardless of when you pay it, you will capture that expense in the current month, $200. The next example down is a little different. This is where the cash was received after the services were performed. So now we're at the point of time where we collected payment from the customer. So under cash payment, yes, that $1,000 came in. We provided these services in a prior period. But since the cash came in now, we're going to recognize $1,000 in revenue now. But under our accrual method of accounting, we recognize $0. Why? Because at the time we performed those $1,000 in services, we had already picked up $1,000 in revenue. We're not going to do it again now. We pick it up when we earn it. So in this scenario, it would be $0 for accrual basis. How about if you receive a $500 deposit and you haven't done the catering yet? Well, under the cash basis, we only care that cash came in. So again, we're going to pick up $500 in revenue. But under the accrual basis of accounting, we're not providing this service till later in the year. So once we provide that service, we will then pick up the $500 in revenue. The example above, we had already performed the revenue, so revenue was picked up in an earlier period. For this example down here, the revenue was not yet earned, so we will pick it up in a later period. These are some scenarios that highlight timing differences between the cash basis and the accrual basis of accounting. When the timing is the same, like we saw in the second example, there will be no difference between the two, but often there are timing differences. Those timing differences are what necessitates the need for our adjusting entries at the end of a period. We're going to continue with the remaining sections of this workbook to highlight the timing differences and to go through some adjusting entry examples. But for now, we have completed section 1. And I will ask you to please complete quizzes 1 and 2 at the end of section 1. Each section in all the workbooks will have their own quizzes. The solutions are included. Complete the quiz without use of the solutions and then highlight where you had your problems. Correct your quizzes, and please concentrate on those problems that you got wrong. Those quizzes at the end of each section are instrumental to your success on the AIPB National Certification Exam. I'll see you at the screencast for Section 2 of Mastering Adjusting Entries. Thanks.